Hi guys, so doing a little bit of a new video, never done one before, so we'll see how this goes, but no makeup, I'm going to do my face as I would normally, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to start off with the Rainforest of the Sea Tarte Radiance drops. I only got these other days, so this is the first time using them, so I'm just going to take a couple of drops of them onto my hand, and then I'm just going to blend them on. So yeah, it's super shiny to start with, but once I put foundation over it, that glow will hopefully stay underneath. So just taking it down my neck as well, because we don't want to miss any spots. So blowing away here. What I'm then going to do is I'm actually going to do my eyebrows next, just to kind of fill them in and give me a good starting point. So to start off with, I'm using the Colourpop brow pencil. They're cheap, cheerful, and I really like them. So to start off with, I'm just going to make sure that I'm filling in the front, because the front is where I have no hairs due to over plucking as a teen. It's sadly never grown back, but this pencil just makes it so much easier to fill in the parts that aren't there. And then the same again with the other brow. Just going to quickly fill that in at the front, and then what I do is I actually take a darker one. So this is in the shade Taupe, and then what I'm going to do is just darken up the front, put like little brow like sections just front, and just fill in any sparse bits. So they're not going to be even, they never are, never will be. I'm going to set them with Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to move on to eyes, get them primed and just kind of set up ready to go. So what I'm going to use to start with is I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. Sometimes I use an actual primer, sometimes I use just what's left on the foundation brush. So I'm just going to put a little dot on my hand. So this is a Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, and then all I'm going to do is just blend that over my lid just to give me a kind of nice even base to start off with. So as you can see, it is pretty light, it's good coverage, hides all those little pesky little veins and gives you just a nice even canvas to start on. So take it right up to the brow line, underneath and all the way across the lid, and just underneath that edge as well. And then I'm going to do the same again with the other side. So now that the eyes are primed, what we're going to do is I'm going to set that. What I'm going to do to use to start with is this Tarte Clay Play palette. It's a nice kind of neutral palette. I only got it like last week and I've used it every day that I've worn makeup since, so that's a good thing. So all I'm going to do is take the shade Solstice, which is just one of the nice kind of white bone colours, and just start patting that all over and making sure it's all blended nicely. And then the same with the other side. And then what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to take my MAC 224, absolute godsend, and I'm going to take one of the top shades, this one up here, it's called Journey, and I'm going to start using that in my crease just to start defining everything over, so that it looks a little bit less like a potato. So I do take this quite high, purely just because it's just the starting shade. Right into the crease, blend that up, and then I'm going to do the same with the other side. So it's going to look a little bit messy. My lighting probably doesn't help. It's going to like overexpose it or make me look hella patchy like it's doing right now, but I swear, in real life it's not. Right up and over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the bigger shades at the bottom, which is called Dessert. It's the desert even, not dessert, not food. And I'm just going to start going a little bit lower with that. And just blend that a little bit more, just to add a little bit more definition. And the same with this side. There's probably tons of you out there being like, oh my god, that looks patchy. Trust me, it looks patchy on the camera, it doesn't look patchy. You're actually looking at me, that's the main thing. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to just put a little bit of brow highlight in. So I'm going to use Kylie Cotton Candy Cream. Just underneath the brow bone, just because I like how reflective this is. And it's really nice and blendable. So I'm just taking that underneath there, and that's just going to help me be able to blend underneath it and get it all nice and bright and blended and looking better than what it does right now. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with the shade Stone, and it's just a case of building this up so that it is nice and smoky and blended and not looking crazy like it currently looks on the screen just now. I'm also going to start taking this just under here. I know some people say do your concealer first, but I tidy up with my concealer, so that's just what I'm going to do. I apologise if I'm a little bit sniffly as well. Don't know why, I think it's hay fever. Same again, just going to blend that and start to come under here. And then what I'm going to do is go back in with my big fluffy brush and a little bit more of Desert and just blend that out and over the lid a little bit. It's probably looking really dirty, but we're going to get there. It's going to get better, I promise. It's my first video, don't be mad. And then I'm going to go in with one of the darkest shades, so it's Umber. And go right into the crease and along the edge, the outer corner, the outer V, whatever you want to call it, this part here. Just going to darken that up. And the same again with the other side. And it's still looking super crazy because of the colour on the camera, but it doesn't look as bad as that. And all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the shade that we used to start with, so it's Solstice, just to lighten up the inner corner and along the lid. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take, this is from the I Love Sarah Yee collab with Colourpop, and it's called Vivacious. It's a nice sort of, you can't really see it there too much, but it's a nice shimmery, sort of pearly colour, a little bit of pink. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pop that on the lid, just to add a little bit of shimmer, brightness, whatever you want to say. And the same with the other side. Okay, still looking crazy on there, but whatever. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my Anastasia Darkside water eyeliner, and I only line the waterline on the upper lid. I know this creeps some people out watching do it, so apologies. Same again, just on the upper lid. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take like a little angled brush, and I'm just going to take one of the shades Umber, and I'm just going to pop that right, kind of blend it out the lash line, just so that it's nice and dark. Now I think, oh sorry, it's called Timber, not Umber. And then all I'm going to do is do the same on the other side. This is a little bit smoky. And I'm going to take, there's a shade at the end called Instinct. And where that highlight starts, I'm just going to use that to kind of smooth any harsh lines out. And then I'm going to take a really small, I can't think of the words for it, a little small blending brush. So just a little one, if I can find one. just going to go back into the crease and just define that again a little bit more. It's not translating as well on camera than what it is on my actual face. It looks quite choppy, smudgy, a riot, but hey ho, if I did the video and it's crap, I'll just delete it. This was probably the worst idea I could have had to do liner when I'm recording, because it's crap. So can't do anything about it now. So we're just gonna need to go with it and try and make it work. So I haven't been wearing liner for a while, so I'm a little bit out of practice at putting it on, but I find the pen way easier to use. Because you can get it really tight to the lash line. And they're never going to be even. I'm not one of those that freak out if it's not even. Say what you want. Nobody's got time for that. As long as it looks similar, that's all I care about. Now, they probably look nothing alike. No, this one's short, fat, low, long, high, pointy, whatever. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to face now. So I'm going to take a Tarte Amazonian clay, and this is in the shade Fair Sand. Should be okay on me. I've not worn it for a couple of weeks, but I'm not really tan, so it should be alright. Tarte Man-Eater brush, and I like this one because it's really full coverage, so all the redness that's on my cheeks will disappear within a few minutes, and having that Rainforest of the Sea Radiance drops underneath just doesn't make it as harsh on. And obviously you can use a beauty blender for this if you want, use whatever takes your fancy, but for me, I've kind of gone back to using brushes all the time now. I just really like how fast it covers your face, basically. So obviously, hopefully you can see the difference with that. It covers a lot of redness, it's nice and full coverage, but you can still see that glow. As always, blend it down your neck, fab. And now I'm going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape Concealer underneath my eyes. So just a big blob. Bit down my nose because my nose is a little bit red. And then just where you would highlight. So forehead, a little bit around the side of my nose to stop any hormonal redness or whatever they call it. And then a bit on the chin. And I always like to do a little bit on my jawline as well, just because if I can make the face look slimmer, fab. Now I'm actually going to use the same brush that I used to put my eye primer on, which was the concealer again. This is just a little Morphe brush. I like it for getting right up at the lash line. I think it just helps, it blends everything out, which I quite like. And then same on the other side. Then what I also do is I take the same foundation brush that I used, and I like to use that just to make sure there's no kind of obvious start and stop. So we take that down, blend the nose in, round a bit here, and the chin, and then what I like to do is just press over that, just so that it's still keeping it bright, but it doesn't make it as stand out in your face. And then I take it, obviously, the little bits that we put along there, just to lighten. Now to set, Kat Von D Lock-It powder. I either use that or use a Tarte one, depends what mood I'm in. Big fluffy brush, and then just pat it off. And I don't bake, makes my skin go weird looking, looks like a reptile if I do that. So I'm just gonna set all over the forehead and down my neck because we don't want a different texture there. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bronze and then do a little bit of powder contour. I got the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in the coconut. It's gorgeous, it's brilliant. I'm going to take a brush and just start to bronze the side of my face. So we'll do this over cheeks. Now my face seems to eat bronzer, so it might look a little bit harsh to start with, but it won't be once I'm ready to do anything. So same again, up into the hairline, because obviously you don't want to have any patches. A little bit under my chin, down the sides of the nose, and then what I'm going to do is take the Tarte palette again and go to the middle shade. It was Desert, not Dessert, and just use that just to emphasise that contour. And then I'm going to go in with blush, which is Kylie Barely Legal. I think that's a really nice colour. It's not too strong. It just gives a nice little flush. I always fill it by my nose and I don't know why, because it makes your nose look red, but I just do it anyway. And then what I like to do is I'm going to set my face. So I'm going to use the NYX matte setting spray, and I always do this before I put on mascara and highlighter because I'll end up making a mess if I don't. So that's that one. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go underneath my lash line and just make that a little bit more sort of bronzed. Just right under. It just helps blend in that bit of the concealer too. Now I'm going to go with mascara. So I love Tarte mascaras, are my favourite brand, whether it be lifted or lights camera flashes, lashes, splashes, all of them. And all I'm going to do is just give a nice coat. I'm not going to do false lashes. I don't do false lashes unless it's a special event, unless I'm going out somewhere. So just a nice generous coat of mascara, try and not get it all over the place. You probably can't see, but this is a really nice mascara. It's not fully black, it's like a black brown, and it's lovely. Now for highlighter, I'm going to go in with Kylie Cotton Candy Cream again, so the same as what we put on under my brow, and I just love it. Hopefully it translates as well. Yeah. So you can see that's not even that much, but it's lovely. And I do a little bit of my nose, down the centre, and then as always, upper, and then I take my finger and I do put it on the inner corners, just for a nice highlight. And then again, a spray, just to set the highlighter. And then next I'm going to go in with lipsticks, and I hadn't pre-planned what lipstick to wear, so bear with me a little second. Probably going to use, I got the new KOKO collection, Kylie one, so I'm going to actually use Bunny. I've never tried it, don't know what it looks like on, so here we go. That's quite nice. Now, I know Kylie is a controversial brand, but I love her stuff. I love the lip stuff. I think it's great. So yeah, that concludes my first little video for YouTube. Hope you enjoy. Promise it'll be better next time. I'll be more prepared. But thanks for watching. Bye.